Mark and Paulette here at Two Travelers in Mexico, and we are still on our property hunt. We looked at 3 vacant lots and then a house that I thought was interesting that we actually posted on Facebook just to see what
reactions we would get.
Yeah, just to see what reactions we would get. The first 2 lots were in the same community, and they were kind of small lots. Basically, you could just get a house on them, and that was about it.
Basically like a 2-story house. You couldn't even do a single story.
Yeah. And then the third lot, it was a good sized lot. They said it was about 14,000 square feet, but it was pretty far out and kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I think it was actually about a half hour out of San Luis Potosí, but I mean, it was like, like where the wind kind of blows up the dirt, windy. It was like right off a road that she said that they were going to be doing a highway or something up a little bit further, like to catch the freeway. So that didn't sound real appealing to me.
Yeah. And there were some buildings out there, but a lot of them weren't completed yet, and it didn't look like they'd been worked on in a while. So not sure what happened there. And then for the house, we actually went probably about 20 minutes outside of San Luis Potosi.
No, that was a half an hour drive
From
our apartment.
Yeah.
There was a half an hour, 30 miles.
In a little town called Ojo Caliente, which basically means hot eye. However, the house in this little town called Ojo Caliente, which means eye hot or hot eye. This is the front of the house right here, and then we're gonna go inside. So coming into the house, this is the entryway. This is just a little outdoor area. We're putting something kind of a cool little wagon wheel in the wall. And then entering the house, these decorative mushrooms and then there's some more mushrooms actually. And then in here is one of the guest bedrooms. Pretty nice bunk bed, obviously a kid's room in here. Over here is the garage area, apparently complete with ATV, but at least a place to pull off of the street. The one thing here is I'm 6'5", these doors are about 6 feet, most of them. Now we're coming to the living room. Look at the beautiful Spanish tile on this one. The fireplace does work, and then there's some hand-painted flowers on the beams. And then off here is the master bedroom. Beautiful headboard. Don't think it comes with the house, but it's a beautiful headboard. And there, of course, is the lovely Paulette.
I asked him what stays, and he says you can
negotiate. Oh.
I would just leave the bed.
Some more hand-painted beams on the ceiling. Coming up to the stairs, this is kind of the weird thing about this house is the master bedroom is right off the kitchen without a doorway. And this nice arch doorway which is one of Paulette's favorite things in any house, and certainly in a Spanish-style house. However, I would be ducking under it when I come through too. Now the kitchen is, it's a big enough area. They're not really filling much of it with cabinets. And Paulette would want a bigger stove than what's there. and we probably get a bigger refrigerator, maybe put it on the other side so it doesn't block the window. The glass work here is amazing in this house. And again, more arches. These beams are not decorated like the others. And now we'll come to another area, which is, this is just kind of, I guess, a living room area and sort of an extension off of this other living room area that we came through. And then coming into the bathroom, again, a doorway that's probably not even 6 feet tall. And then here's the bathroom, toilet, shower, the painted flowers both inside and outside the toilet. And then the tile work. Paulette's not a big fan of this, but she does like that. Oops, a hand-painted sink and more tile work that goes up to the ceiling, including the beams that are tiled. Okay, now we're in the outside area. These are the real estate agents. Nice little seating area out here. It's all tiled. And all these pieces are individually laid. I can't imagine how long that must have taken to do that. But the outside area is just beautiful. Love the colored pots. And we'll step back up. Of course, there's some windows there. There's a utility room up here, where the hot water heater is, and a few other assorted things, some tile. The second bathroom is actually outdoors, and once again, it's the toilets and sinks decorated with flowers. I'll turn on the light, make it a little bit brighter, hopefully. Yeah. And then here's the shower. Not too bad, really. Not too bad at all in here. I'm not sure that I'm feeling the tile work in here. And then outside here to the pool area. Beautiful pool, not big, but that's okay. And we'll take this around, an outdoor dining table. Here's a planter area. Some tall walls. More planter area. And I asked, and the pool could be converted to a saltwater pool.
I was just asking him about the price, telling him that we've been following this house and that it was $1,600,000, and then I just saw it for $1,550,000. And they're saying, no, that's not right. So I'm just saying. I said I've been following this house for a month.
So the price is $1,600,000?
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
Well, somebody put it out there for lower, so.
Yeah.
And I would never come in at full price. There's too many modifications, and
yeah.
This house is out in nowhere.
Yeah, it is. It's a distance out. It's probably 20 miles outside of San Luis Potosi. The ceramic gecko on the wall there.
And modifications for Mark's head everywhere.
Yeah.
Right here, turn around and show them.
Yeah, I've got, I'm ducking under this for sure, which means that
And then this one.
we'd have to
Here,
replace.
I'll hold the camera and you stand over here. Here you go again.
Yeah, taller than the doorway.
Yeah, and then over here.
And I'm taller than this doorway.
And then that one, the other one too.
Yeah,
Which he banged his head on once.
definitely taller than this doorway.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a lovely house, but I mean, it looked a lot bigger too on the pictures, like they always do. So that's fine.
However you want to look at it. And I thought it I thought it was a cute house, very, very Spanish.
Well, let's tell them
In
about it,
style.
like how that all came to be, like how we saw the house and, you know, what was going on with it.
So this particular house just kept popping up on Facebook. And the first time we figured out it's going to be, you know, it's kind of far out, and we just sort of dismissed it. And then it just kept popping up, and I thought, well, maybe we'll just go take a look at it. So we did drive out there.
But this is, wait a minute, but when he's talking about popping up, like we've had different realtors giving us the information, and then we say no, and then we get it again and again and again, and then we see it out there on Marketplace. So it's kind of like, okay, we have to see this house. We loved what the inside looked like, and you guys on Facebook made a bunch of comments and you loved it too. So we thought, okay, we have to go out there and check it out, right? You're either going to love it or hate it, or something's going to come out of this by actually going out there to where the house is.
And I like the house a lot. I don't know about love, but like the house a lot. Someone, not so much.
Me, not so much, and I'll tell you the reasons why. Number one, all the door arches were so low. This guy's 6'5", we would have to redo every one of the door arches, right?
Yeah.
Every single one of them had to be redone. Okay, that was one of them. The other one, the kitchen was the kind of cabinets where it's not really cabinets, it's like countertop, and then they have a shelf with the tile. That's kind of like a Mexican style that they do. So the kitchen, it was like just one wall. You'll see it in the video. There was just a few cabinets. I would probably take all that out and put the tile that I want in it and make the kitchen that area plus longer. And then the bathroom, wow. The bathroom inside the house had 2 different tiles going on. One would have been okay, but it makes me crazy when I see stuff like that. Like it doesn't really go together, and I don't know if they just slap it up there because it's cheap to do and they have the extra tile, or if they really think it looks good. I'm not sure, but for me, that bathroom would have to be redone too, because those 2 tiles clashing was driving me nuts.
Yeah, and the tiles were fairly busy themselves. They weren't solid colors or anything like that. They were pretty busy.
Kind of a pattern on a tile is fine, but when you have 2 different patterns, it drives my eyes crazy.
And the second bathroom was actually outside of the house.
Yeah, it was outside by the pool
attached,
area.
but you'd have to go outside. And then probably a drawback for Paulette is there was no area where you could grow anything really, unless you put something in a pot. But it was all cemented and tiled, even the entire backyard.
Right, and cemented and tiled was fine if there was another area. That's one of the things that I keep going back and forth on, is the fact that, do I want to buy somewhere that's already existing that has plenty of property where we can plant avocado trees, you know, different kind of fruit trees that we want, and have a nice garden going? Or do we buy something new that we design and we build in a community? It's really tough. And the other thing is how do we know if the area is a good area, and how do we know if the area is not such a good area that we should even consider buying?
Yeah. And, you know, we're still continuing our search.
Now, I'm going to answer a couple of questions that you guys asked on Facebook. My sister asked what the square footage was. Now, they told us the square footage was 1,600 square feet. Now, I don't know if that's including the garage space or what, because it didn't seem like 1,600 square feet to me, because our home that we moved from, what was it,
1,737. But important to note here is that in Mexico, when they give you the square meters of construction, that usually includes the garage if it's attached to the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whereas in the United States, they don't often include the garage as part of the living space.
To me, the house seemed maybe 1,400 square feet is what I felt like.
Yeah, it seemed a little bigger than that to me. But, and then there were just some rooms that were oddly placed. You know, the master bedroom was right off the kitchen, which seemed odd. And there was no door from the kitchen to the master bedroom. So,
Right.
but, I mean, that could be easily remedied. I understand that.
Right, and that arch from the bedroom to the kitchen needed to also
Yeah.
be taller, had to be redone. I mean, like I said, all the doorways needed to be redone for him except for the first entry door.
Yeah, they were all made for, the inside doorways were made for a person that was probably no more than 6 feet tall at most.
No, I don't even think that tall.
Maybe even like 5'10" or something.
Maybe 5'10" at the very most.
I know they all hit me like right about there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's not too many 6'5"
yeah.
Mexicans running around. Some, but not very many.
Yeah.
And then the other question my sister asked was it a shared pool? No. This was a home that had a wall connected with another house on that side. And I think one was probably on the other side,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So no, and the pool, you know, it's funny because the pictures always look bigger. I don't know if it's the camera that they use or what, but the house looked twice the size from the photos that I saw online versus when we actually went there.
Yeah.
And that pool looked like double the size.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a small pool, but it was a nice sized pool for 2 people.
Yeah.
And that was one other thing. Sorry. That was one other thing that we were considering. If we did buy that home, we were considering have it converted over to a salt pool.
A saltwater pool.
Yeah, saltwater pool.
So,
The reason also that I wasn't really sold on that area either is there was a lot of, the population was about 1,000. Okay. The streets were like pebble stones, I guess is what they called, right? Those bumpy ones.
cobblestone.
Cobblestones. And yeah, pebble stones are the small ones. And a lot of dirt roads.
If you like what we're doing, we hope that you'll subscribe.
And we just hit 2,000.
2,000
I know that
subscribers.
doesn't sound like a big number, but we're small time YouTubers.
Yeah.
And we're excited that we hit 2,000. You know, we don't have all the bells and whistles and, you know, do crazy stuff, jumping off the cliffs and what have you, like a lot of other young YouTubers do from Mexico. But, you know, we're just kind of focused on what we're learning, sharing with you guys that want to know more about Mexico, that want a vacation here and maybe want to know a little bit more, and those that are considering moving here, retiring. So that's why we try to share everything that we learn about Mexico. Plus, we hope that it really comes out, our love and our passion for Mexico
Yeah.
in our videos.
Yeah.
So, like Mark said, subscribe if you haven't to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Facebook page, where we have different postings on many different things other than what we do in our YouTube channel.
And I'll leave a link to the Facebook page down below in the down below in the description box.
And
So,
I never even saw a store anywhere at all.
there wasn't a major store, but there were little mom and pop stores.
I didn't even see that. I really didn't see any restaurants. I didn't see much of anything.
There were restaurants there. They were just mostly outdoor.
Okay.
So,
Ojo Caliente was like out of nowhere. About 6 miles down the road was another little town called
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria del Rio.
And it was kind of cool. I liked walking around there.
Yeah, that had a population, it said, of about 37,000. But that was also it was pretty small little town. And I think they said, I heard that a lot of people go out there to visit. It gets a lot of tourists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm like a yo-yo. I'm up and down on this whole thing on Do we just want to buy a lot and construct a house ourselves? Do we want to go ahead and buy in a community where there's already a house built? You know, what do we want to do? I don't know.
Yeah,
Mark would
those
have
are
liked
all-
to have gotten that house, I think, huh?
Yeah, we
That we saw.
could have done the work on it or had the work done on it. And I
There's
think
only
it
2
would've been
bedrooms.
fine, but, yeah.
2 bedrooms. I mean, not that we have a whole lot of people visiting us right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, living room, like a sitting room before you go outside, nice entryway. That was about it, I think.
Yeah, I think the real drawback for you was no real yard space.
Well, it had yard. I mean, it was all cemented. It had a place to sit outside.
Right.
It had the pool. It had like a little area, like where you could plant some plants or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it was like, we'd see it, it'd go away. We'd see it, it'd go away. We'd see it, and we kept going back to it because we love that inside. I love that inside Spanish style. Always have. But the outside wasn't very much Spanish style, and you'll see that it was pretty much flat and like a reddish color.
Yeah. I thought it was fine. I thought the color was Spanish.
Yeah, I mean-
myself, but
Yeah, when I think of a Spanish style house, I think of it looking a little different than what that one looked like.
okay.
But we're still searching, and we're not making any drastic decisions. It's only been 16 months. But like we said before, when you own your own home, it's really hard going back to a rental. It really
Yeah.
is. I mean, I've got things that I bought that I want to put up on the walls. And I don't feel comfortable doing that at a rental.
Yeah.
There's just things that I want to do. I'd like to paint. I'd like to do things, hang certain things up. But I just don't feel comfortable doing that in a rental. And in my own home, I can do that. I can paint. I can decorate how I want to. I can design things how I want to. If something, I don't know, needs to be changed, I could hire somebody to come in and change it for me. In a rental, you're pretty much stuck with what is there, and most rentals you just don't want to put stuff up on the walls.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're coming from, guys. So as always,
What she did.
bye, guys.